Look, I'm a comic book, I'm a cereal, did a Christmas album, I have an excellent theme song, and a so-so popsicle. I mean, I've looked worse, but after everything, I still love being Spider-Man.
Miles Morales got the green card to MCU. Tom Holland's Spider-Man home trilogy has been a huge success in Hollywood. Now, MCU fans are eagerly anticipating Spider-Man 4, which will soon hit the big screen. What excited movie enthusiasts the most was Miles Morales' MCU debut. Please take a ringside seat as we discuss the possibilities of Miles Morales and Spider-Man 4. Now, will Spider-Man 4 be a big multiverse film? It was pretty explicit that Sony and Marvel had pretty big plans for Spider-Man 4. Discussion between Marvel and Sony was heating up regarding the future of Spider-Man 4. Marvel, led by the CEO Kevin Feige from the very beginning, expressed their interest in Spider-Man 4 being a more grounded film where it is just Peter Parker and his crummy little apartment. A street-level film where Spider-Man fights crime on the street shows him dealing with Kingpin, who was going to be the mayor of New York City at that time in the MCU. But what Sony wants is even bigger, a huge multiverse film. They want to repeat the history of Spider-Man No Way Home. Spider-Man No Way Home was the most successful Spider-Man movie of all time. Featuring all three live-action Spider-Men, the movie gave a new horizon for the Spider-Verse, and the fans were in an adrenaline rush watching their childhood heroes together on the big screen, which emotionally resonated with them. And above all of that, it was considered as the phenomenal conclusion to the trilogy. Now, Sony thinks 2025 is the best time to hit the bar again through a multiverse. They want to bring back the bang. It seems Miles Morales will be the best option to satisfy the needs of both. Sony needs someone fresh to enter the movie, and Morales will be the best fresh character and story driver. Meanwhile, Marvel can keep things relatively self-contained through him, as he will be alongside Peter Parker. Apart from that, the fan hype Miles Morales will significantly increase the success of the movie. Such a success is very much needed for Sony as their latest movie, Madame Web, released in 2024, didn't do well at the box office. Is Miles Morales really in Spider-Man 4? It is a question that Kevin Feige should answer himself. However, according to reports from Daniel Richter, Miles Morales will finally make his live-action MCU debut in the upcoming Spider-Man 4 alongside Tom Holland. It will be a start for Miles Morales to grab a prominent space in the MCU. Amy Pascal, producer of the Spider-Man franchise, has already confirmed that they will be making a live-action movie starring Miles Morales, but it was said that the movie will only debut after 2 upcoming movies. It was speculated that it would be a possible 4th movie after Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, which was announced. But later, Christopher Miller, co-creator of the Spider-Verse franchise, corrected that Pascal actually meant the 3rd Spider-Verse movie and Tom Holland's upcoming Spider-Man 4 in the MCU. Morales has utilized his time in the cinematic spotlight, albeit in animated form, as he has led 2 critically and commercially acclaimed Sony Spider-Verse films. It makes him a suitable option to support Tom Holland in Spider-Man 4. Miles Morales, an actor, made his theatrical debut in 2018 in the universally acclaimed animated adventure Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which Sony powered. It is considered to be among the greatest Spider-Man movies of all time. The movie Into the Spider-Verse even grabbed multiple awards, including the prestigious Academy Award for Best Animated Feature Film in 2019. In addition to that, he also played a supporting role in the Marvel Spider-Man PS4 video game from Insomniac, released in 2019. The next movie was Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, which was again critically praised just like its predecessors. However, all of this will only matter when an official update from Marvel Studios, Sony, or Kevin Feige comes out. Even though the fans were constantly speculating and the reports were the headlines for a long time, there was no official confirmation from any. But now the wait is over. And that is finally here. Miles Morales finally got the green card to the Marvel Cinematic Universe MCU. Now, talking about the possible entry of Miles Morales in Spider-Man 4. Will he be a new variant of Spider-Man? Another Spider-Man from another universe, just like Spider-Man No Way Home? That could be an interesting way to introduce Miles Morales to the Spider-Verse. The possibility of such an introduction cannot be ignored, as Sony is insisting on a multiverse film. Spider-Man No Way Home featured 3 Spider-Mans from different universes played by Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland. The film was a huge success with a whopping box office revenue of $1.91 billion. However, the acceptance of Morales as Spider-Man is uncertain. As he is going to come over from the animated Spider-Verse into the Spider-Verse movies, the way the audience will take it should be critically examined, as the standard bars are too high among the audience when it comes to the multiverse. But Morales' fanbase guarantees the success of such an entry. What lowers the possibility of Morales being introduced as another version of Spider-Man is his already established presence in the MCU. Miles Morales was previously teased in the MCU in Spider-Man Homecoming, where Aaron Davis, played by Donald Glover, is depicted as Miles' uncle in the comics and other media. In the movie, he mentions that he has a nephew, and he really wants to protect him from Adrian Toome's dangerous weapons. Now, the option left for Marvel and Sony is to create a situation where Peter Parker and Miles Morales meet. The best place for them to meet is Feast. It stands for Food, Emergency, Aid, Shelter, and Training, which is a community center where Aunt May used to work before she died in Spider-Man No Way Home. It is the same place where Miles Morales volunteers. Since Miles Morales is already there and it was a place of great importance to Aunt May, there is a high chance that Peter Parker would go on and he would volunteer at a feast in remembrance of his aunt. And there he could meet Morales. There are endless possibilities to begin with. If Miles Morales had already realized his Spider-Man powers, which is very much possible in the MCU, then Spider-Man and Miles Morales should both have their spider senses tingling. Now, what would happen if they both realized that they were Spider-Man and had the same powers? From there, the story will go insane with the start of a strong friendship. Two people help each other to fight for people and against their enemies. Otherwise, Peter Parker may start advising and mentoring Miles Morales about the power they possess, as he is new to Spider-Verse. How significant is Miles Morales' arrival? From the very beginning of his arrival in the animated Spider-Verse, fans dreamed about his debut on the big screen alongside a big star. When it comes to Spider-Man, there is no one greater than Tom Holland. Morales fans are so sure that he will bring a much-needed representation and aura to Spider-Man and Spider-Verse along with a fresh coming-of-age perspective to MCU. Will the Tom Holland-Miles Morales combo win? It is expected to be a merge of animated Spider-Verse and cinematic Spider-Verse. And guess what? The audience is expecting the best out of it. Tom Holland has signed a contract for 3 more Spider-Man films starring himself as Spider-Man, along with 3 Spider-Man team-up films in the coming years. When it comes to the team-up films, 2 of these are the next 2 Avengers movies coming out, and the rest are yet to be announced. But Hollywood expects it to be Daredevil Born Again, or there is a high chance it could be Captain America Brave New World. One thing is somewhat clear now: in the next saga of the MCU, we should expect 2 more Spider-Man films starring Tom Holland, which is likely to be Spider-Man 5 and Spider-Man 6. As the contract ends by then, Tom Holland is most likely going to move on, leaving the field for Miles Morales as the new Spider-Man in the MCU. The audience will be as excited as Morales for that adventure. Meanwhile, we will see Miles Morales and Peter Parker interact with each other in all 3 Spider-Man movies, starting with Spider-Man 4. It must be a journey in which Tom Holland trains Morales to be a better Spider-Man. Their combination of learning together and fighting together will make the best out of MCU. There is no doubt that the Tom Holland-Miles Morales combo will change the MCU's landscape. Let Miles' MCU arrival kickstart the next phase of Holland's Spider-Man saga. Thanks a bunch for hanging out and exploring the potential impacts of Miles Morales' arrival in the MCU. If you had a blast like we did, show some love with that like button and hit subscribe for more movie goodness. Until the next adventure, take care and catch you in the next one. Cheers!